All right. Welcome back to another episode of the All American Hoops Podcast. This is episode 133. Joining me, as per usual, is my younger brother, Matt Driscoll.
Hey, it's always a pleasure. Excited to talk hoops tonight. We'll say today I am repping my Amazing Spider-Man shirt because I forgot to do it last week. Maybe I was repping it last week.
I don't know if you were last week or not.
I did not bring it up, though. New Spider-Man movie, great movie.
Fantastic movie.
Yes.
Absolutely. And yeah, it was a month late. A month later than everyone else. But yes, Mr. Driscoll and I saw The Odyssey last night, and that was also a great movie. It was definitely great reviews all around, and I definitely think it lived up to the hype. So, we have a million flashcards lying around here, but I don't have the one that I need right now. I do have it, actually. I will say, however, so this is this first time in a while that it's just the two of us back to back. It feels like it's the summer of 2024 again, where John had just gotten his new job, and he literally wasn't able to come to any shows. So, however, he is cat sitting tonight, so understandably so. It sounds like my absolute worst nightmare, but anyway, so yeah, we're going to start off like we usually do. Happy birthday to in the NBA. We don't have many. Actually, we have two. So like the best one according to WinShares was Craig Ello. I have no idea who that is, but I know he was born in 1961, so a couple years older than our dad. And also to Patty Mills and to Kevin Knox, Nick Legend. And then in baseball, we have Yankee legend Melky Cabrera, Astro legend Colby Rasmus, and then Pablo Sandoval, which I have beef with Pablo Sandoval because back in 2012, David Wright had like the hottest start to his All-Star season, but the San Francisco Giants put together like the absolute biggest marketing campaign ever, causing Pablo Sandoval to get that starting nod over David Wright. Not that anyone else remembers. I don't think anyone else, including David Wright, remembers that at all. But but yeah, the biggest. It was a big snub, but however, Pablo Sandoval did hit like a 3-run double in the actual All-Star game. So and apparently worked out for them, but still didn't deserve it though. And then
I always
NFL,
think about it. Pablo Sandoval obviously had a couple good years. I mean, he had an OPS over 800. It looks like 4 times. But if you told me growing up that he had like a 1,200 OPS, I would have believed you. I thought he was like Barry Bonds on those Giants teams.
Might as well have been. But and then the NFL side, just a couple of wide receivers, to Marvin Harrison Jr. and to Curtis Samuel, a couple of average receivers right there. So anyway, we got a great show ahead of us. So unfortunately, going to give a shout out to Drew Fitz, who was going to come on the show. And like it was very last minute that I invited him, but we were going to play a really fun draft game. We're gonna hold that off for either next week or the week after that. I don't know if we're gonna do a show next week or not. I'll be in Bermuda until Tuesday. And plus I'm pretty sure we have things going on Wednesday and Thursday, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Libby and I are very excited. It's gonna be a really fun trip. You've never been on a cruise, right?
No, never have been.
No? Yeah. So my
so
one
let me ask
experience.
you're able to get off the boat and like stay at a spot but you're always asleep on the boat, right?
Yes, that's that is the case. So I don't know where. I think like by like the third day, I want to say maybe like the second day that I think it was like it stops for like a period of time, but yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're very very much looking forward to it. But what was the next thing I wanted to say?
Make sure you bring Dramamine.
Olivia texted me last night. That was really the first thing that was on the list. Yeah, definitely have to bring that one on for sure. But anyway, so awesome show ahead of us. So we're going to start off talk with the news today that the NBA released, soft launching the schedule, just releasing all the big games. Definitely one of the more I can't compare years obviously, but definitely one of the more years that I'm not puzzled, but like more so like, interesting at the schedule. So like there's a couple things to think about. We're going to do our ranking of our top 10 current day point guards, which we do every year. And then after that, we will play some trivia. I have some great trivia questions lined up, and I'm very, very excited to ask Matt those questions. But I think you guys are going to enjoy them too. But anyway, so as I mentioned, the NBA did come out with their schedule. With their schedule this morning. So it starts off with tip-off on NBC and Peacock. The biggest curveball, like I don't think I saw any reports about this whatsoever, is that rather than it being just 2 games at nights, they added on 1 game in the afternoon. So kind of making it like an MLB opening day thing, to where Not exactly, however, like because usually when it's opening day, just all the MLB teams play at the same time. But still, they did add on one more afternoon slot time. That's our Boston Celtics versus the Detroit Pistons at 3:00. By the way, this is on Tuesday, October 20th. The Philadelphia 76ers up against the Knicks, the defending champions Knicks at 7:00. And then the West Coast game, rematch of the Western Conference Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. I guess first we'll talk about our Boston Celtics. So, so like I said, this is just weird to me. Obviously, I'm excited that the Celtics are going to be the very first team to watch this year. Brand new team, brand new look. Everyone's expected them to be worse for good reason. But however, the league clearly isn't thinking that they're going to be horrible. Because usually they're going up against the Pistons, who were the first seed last year. So it's I don't know. Clearly they thought they had a good enough reason to add a third time, and then it being at Detroit Pistons, I thought was an interesting concept. So I don't know what your thoughts are.
I think it's pretty stupid that the first game of the season is not on the defending champs court. I think every year that whoever wins the championship the year before, they earn the right to have the first game of the season, the inaugural game. It should be the banner ceremony. I'm happy that the Celtics are not playing the Knicks on the banner ceremony night. But maybe that's just an old man take by me. I think they're playing it at 3:00 in the afternoon. I believe I saw this to open to the European markets, or the overseas people that watch games, which is an interesting idea. However, I think the opening night should be. I think they have a good thing going with the two games. You have the defending champs in the first game, then a good matchup in the second game. Usually it's a West Coast game, the second game at 10:00. I do think it should be a little earlier. But I think the defending champs should totally have home court first game of the year.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And obviously it's it is tradition for that to happen. And I think that nobody was really pissed off at the way. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. And what I thought was interesting was so I actually remember, shout out Dean. I'm pretty sure that it was one of the first things that he texted when LeBron signed with the Sixers was that I guess that Mitch Robinson is gonna have to wait to get his ring, not on opening nights, because I think that's exactly what would happen. I think if the Celtics. Sorry, if LeBron signed with another team, say it'd be the Cavs or the Heat, it wouldn't make sense for any other team to play the Knicks except for the Celtics. They have, obviously the Knicks and Celtics are probably the biggest rivals in the East right now, I want to say, or at least I do think that at the very least the two of the strongest teams, and I guess the two teams with the most success, the two teams that the two most recent teams to win the finals, and obviously a Boston New York thing, But yeah, obviously LeBron James has to play on opening night. That's not really much of a discussion. And I guess we're not really at a point anymore where Steph Curry also has to play on opening nights. I feel like I don't know if he played last year or the year before, but I feel like they did actually the year before. I could be wrong though, but the Warriors stink at the end of the day. As marketable as Steph Curry is, having them match up with probably the Spurs because they made the finals last year, that just wouldn't have been a fun look. So all three of these matchups are at the very least fun teams to watch. Clearly Adam Silver and the leagues think the Warriors are Steph Curry might be marketable to us, but however the Warriors are no longer marketable for a first look, because if it's the first look of the NBA season, then you just see the Spurs absolutely wiping out the Warriors. That's definitely not a good look in my opinion.
Product,
but
not a good product.
Product. Yeah, exactly. That was the word I was looking for. So, but yeah, obviously Spurs versus Thunder is always a good one. 7-game series last year. Spurs did beat them 4-0 in the regular season, but I think everyone healthy on opening nights, hopefully at the very least, is gonna be good for everyone. But the second one, opening week, so the day after that, we have 4 games. I don't think it's just 4 games, but it is it is the first the first 4 games that are on ESPN. The first 2 being on Wednesday the 21st, the day after. That's Minnesota at Miami and Golden State at LA. And then the Thursday game is Cleveland at Philly. LeBron gets to meet up with his old team twice, and then Denver at Oklahoma City. The two most recent MVPs and the top two finishers in MVP voting for the past 3 seasons, I believe, will get to match up yet again. So I don't know, like outside, there's really not much of a storyline because, like, if you notice that, like, I kind of just had to like pick straws at the fact that, that like it is the two most recent MVPs, and some would even debate that they're still the two best players in the league, depending on how you view Wemby. That's not too big of a storyline. Obviously, LeBron. Actually, I shouldn't even say. I shouldn't, because like the Sixers are home that game, and so like it's not like LeBron's even going back to Cleveland. And then Minnesota, Miami, not really storyline, and then I guess Steph versus Luka, 2 top 5 point guards, maybe like the 2 best point guards of the generation or something like that. So there's not. I'm not saying there's not much to be excited about, because obviously it's basketball, and you do have 2 superstars, and usually everyone's healthy, so like it's the superstars going at it, but none of these ESPN games have me that excited. I guess maybe Giannis is. I shouldn't say it. Maybe Giannis and LeBron's maybe Giannis's first game in Miami. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Wolves. If you look at it just from like a Wolves Heat perspective, it's just Giannis's first game as a Miami Heat versus Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves. Also LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo too. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
and then the Warriors Lakers are just the probably 2 most like profitable teams in California. Not probably, they definitely are on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So got Luka and Steph, star power going at it.
Fair enough. Yeah. And then, of course, the biggest discussion of the day is probably of the day is the 5-game slates for Christmas Day. And I feel like every year it comes out like these disagreements as to who should match up with who, and that's fine. But however, so the 12 o'clock game, we do have the Spurs at the Knicks, a finals rematch. The 2:30 game, the Heat at the Celtics. Thank God we get to watch that game this year. We always get stuck with the 5 o'clock game with the Celtics, because we had nearly half the game. We're driving over from Manhattan to Staten Island, and the 8 o'clock game is OKC at Minnesota, and then the 10:30 game is Denver at Golden State.
And the 5 o'clock is Sixers Lakers.
Oh, I didn't say that. Yeah. I was too busy yapping about how the Celtics usually have the 5 o'clock game. But yeah. So what I thought was interesting, and Matt, you might know this. Who does the 880 show at like around like 11, 12 o'clock?
It used to be BT and Sal, but now is it? 880, not 660. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's no big deal. But the reason I'm asking is just because last night, at
night?
What? No. I'm saying last night was the first. Yes. So like I've had my car for 6 months now. I have not listened to the radio once. I've been because I'm connected to the Apple CarPlay. But then like as me and Dad are driving home from the movies last night, he says, hey, can you turn on the radio to listen to the Mets game? I'm like, sure. And I didn't know how to turn it on because I'm so used to the CarPlay. But we finally got it on. And the game was already over at that point. But we got it on, and then I turned it on this morning, and the two guys were talking about the schedule. So so that's why I was asking you. But
Scott, Bart Scott and Peter Carlin.
Peter Carlin.
10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay. So it was those two guys. So they were talking about how they're wondering if the NBA is just strategizing now because they're competing with the NFL, and they don't necessarily want to have the two. Like how about this? Like they're hoping that this Knicks Spurs is going to be the best possible, most profitable game because it's like before right before any of the NFL games start. So they want to have like those best games, and then after that, just kind of punting. Like you want to have like storylines, but not that big storylines. Punting. So like even like Celtics Heat is fun, obviously. Really fun. The Celtics and the Heat have a historic rival. Even the Celtics and Giannis played each other 3 times in the playoffs. Sixers Lakers. LeBron's going to his old team. Wolves Thunder. I feel like they've played each other on Christmas before, if I'm not mistaken. But like obviously, Shea and Ant are the 2 best young guards in the game, besides Luka, and then and then after that, Golden State, Denver, both West Coast games. Steph and Jokic, probably the two of the best 30-plus-year-olds in the game. So, so yeah, like that seemed to be their answer, is the fact that they wanted to or I shouldn't say they, but like maybe like they're overthinking, maybe just like ADD guys just saying stuff, but obviously competing with the NFL is something that the NBA used to never have to do, but now they do, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the NFL is king. They're gonna win ratings, like no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Even though last year, or was it last year or 2 years ago, the Christmas games were really, really good. And the NFL still kind of blew them out of the water, but it doesn't, like, they know not to try to, stack up against the NFL. I mean, the Hall of Fame game that just happened in the NFL had more viewers than any NHL game, including the Stanley Cup final.
Really?
Last year.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
It's just a totally different animal. Like you really.
It's 16 games versus 82 games either day, like just despite it being Christmas or not. And like the average NFL game there's more stakes in the average NFL game than there is in the average NBA game.
Yes, and I think it's more there's more casual fans in football because of the accessibility of fantasy football. It's easier to bet on.
Yeah.
More people are just fans of the sport anyway. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's it for scheduling, but yeah, good to know that the Celtics didn't have either opening nights or Christmas Day last year, so it shows you how valuable Jason Tatum is. Also shows you how good of an organization or like coaching staff that Joe Mazzulla has put together to where they're a very good team in the regular season. But we can discuss that another day. But anyway, so last week Matt and I started our ranking positions. We did our all-time point guards, but today I wanted to kind of get into the active point guards because getting into the offseason soon. So getting back to the season soon. So did want to start off with our active day position. So yeah, we'll start off with that. So before we speaking over myself, but before we get into naming our players, I did just want to explain my criteria. I'm sure that Matt has a very similar criteria to me, but if he wants to add anything else, he can. Basically, this is a projection list. So what you have done in the past absolutely matters. If you've shown me in the past that you can be a very key contributor to a very good team, you're probably going to be high on the list. However, if you are also a young and up and coming great point guard, and you've shown me looks of like you being like this great player, and I think you'll be more consistent, I'm going to put you higher on the list as well. So basically, that's pretty common sense. But basically, what I do with this list is if I'm building my team to win a championship, who is the easiest to build around? So I always use the example of I've used this. I got to come up with a better example because it's not really a good example anymore. But like I've always used the example of Trae Young versus Kyrie Irving. So like Trae Young is at his prime was an awesome floor raiser and was able to like take bad teams into very good offenses. But however, if you were to place him on like a championship roster, more teams would be able to point out his weaknesses and expose them to not win the championship. But however, a guy like Kyrie Irving, while he wouldn't be able to lead his team to like over like the stretch of an 82 game season, if you put him as like the second, third option, and like identify a role for him, and then you can't really point to many weaknesses. He's not a great defender, but he's not a bad one too. And also he's a much better off-ball player than Trae Young as well. That's again, this is a couple-year-old take. I can I'll probably come up with a better example at the end of the show. But yeah, so that's my criteria. Like I said, yeah. So in short, what you've done has mattered in the past, but however, it is projecting. So I am predicting who will be better. But yeah, there has to be some merit to it. So it's not like I'm just saying, I think that's I think that Derek White is going to be better than Steph Curry just because, like, and I'm using the projection method. No, you can't do that. Like, even though Steph Curry's old and Derek White's young, that's not the exact way. But like, yeah, so like there is obviously some qualification for you playing last year, but like this is at the end of the day a projection list. Matt, do you have anything else to add?
I have a question.
Yeah.
My biggest criteria is how much you can help a team win. And obviously, like you said, Chris, first option will, get more leeway or have like a bigger chance at being higher on my list. But like you said, Chris, a guy like Trae Young, compared to, neither of them are in my top 10, but I would rank Drew Holiday higher than Trae Young on my list, Chris. And I have a question. Who is the point guard on the Spurs that's not De'Aaron Fox? Is it Castle or is it Harper?
That's a tough one. And it's funny because like Logan from Nerdchest included both Harper and Castle on his top 10 point guard list, which it's weird to me. Like not all three of them can be point guards though. So Basketball Reference does have Castle as their point guard and Harper as the shooting guard, I guess, because he has the ball in his hands more. I don't know if I agree with that, but like if you want, but it's your list obviously. But like I'm just giving you what based on the info that I know. But personally, I'll be including both of them on my shooting guards list. But again, like if you want to, it's your list, so you can do whatever you want.
You're gonna include them in.
So I'm gonna include them in my shooting guards list. Another we probably should have done this off camera, but that's okay. So another go ahead.
ESPN has starters for Spurs as Fox, Castle, shooting guard, Vassell as small forward, and then Harper is the backup point guard and shooting guard.
Yes, he is. So I was looking under Basketball Reference the exact but like the play-by-play projection. So they did have Castle as a point guard, Harper as a shooting guard. Trying to think if there are any other names on the list that I saw. The Blazers are another tough one because they have 5 fucking point guards in their team. So who you gonna identify? Like none of those guys are on my list, so it's not really anything to complain about. Is Devin Booker? I have Devin Booker as a shooting guard personally, unless you want to.
I do too. I know he's probably going to play more point guard, but I have him as a shooting guard. I'll have Harper as. You have both Harper and Castle as shooting guards.
I mean, here's the thing: like all three of Fox, Harper, and Castle are going to play 28 plus minutes a night. Fox is going to play point guard for 28 of those. If he plays 28 minutes, he's going to play point guard for 28 minutes. That's more than half the game. And then Castle and Harper are going to. They're going to play 30 plus minutes, but they're going to split between the two of them. Who's going to play point guard for those 20 minutes? It's probably going to be split between who plays point guard for both those minutes. So that's my mindset is that both of them are going to play shooting guard more than they're going to play point guard probably. If Fox is going to play over 24 minutes a night, which you will.
All right, I'll include them both in shooting guard then, just so we keep it consistent.
Yeah. So last one, I think. James Harden's a point guard, by the way. Obviously Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell's point guard?
No, Mitchell's shooting guard. Yeah,
okay,
no,
cool.
I'm saying because of Donovan Mitchell, he's a point guard.
Yeah.
How about Derek White? Is he a point guard or a shooting guard?
I had him as a shooting guard.
Okay, yeah, me too. Yeah, he's the starting point guard on the team, but Peyton Pritchard still plays a lot of minutes. So
I think Pritchard's more of the point guard.
He is definitely. So okay. So I'm happy we're on the same page with everything. So. We'll do this thing as we did last week, to where we can give our honorable mentions and then we can talk about each player rather than us just going 10 and then us not really talking about each player. So, all right. So before we start, can you tell me a couple one if not two of your honorable mentions?
All right. My first honorable mention I did mention previously when talking about Trae Young. It is Drew Holiday.
Okay.
I think he had a great year last year. I think you could totally argue that you would rather have him over a couple guys I have on this list. Mm-hmm. However, he is probably like the third or fourth option on that Blazers team. I know that's not what he's needed for, being like the first option, but elite defender, truly just a straight up winner. I love Drew Holiday. I'll love him forever. He's on my honorable mention.
Fair enough.
I have two more.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, you keep going.
Keep going. All right, my second one, who I had a tough time leaving off this list. I really, really want to add him, and that is Keontae George of the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
I really want to put him on 10, but it's just I can't over the guys that over him. He only played 54 games last year, but I mean he averaged 25.7, 6.7 assists, 4 rebounds, and he averaged a steal too. Like he was truly a huge jump guy. He averaged 17 his rookie year. Sorry, I didn't realize that. 17, 19, 26 throughout his career. Truly an elite scorer. I love watching him play. I'm gonna reach for him in fantasy this year. But yeah, he's on my honorable mention.
Awesome. So, do you have one more?
You go ahead. I don't want to take all
Yeah,
yours.
so I guess my first honorable mention, I already used his name already, but I'm gonna say Kyrie Irving. When healthy, he's absolutely on this list. Yeah, like one of the best scorers of all time. Okay, I shouldn't say scorers of all time. Like one of the most like three level scorers of all time. Like an elite finisher for someone his size. One of the debatably top 10 3-point shooter all time. If you just look at the numbers. Obviously best handles ever. Like it's funny because he's slowed down a little bit as he's gotten older, but he's also gotten stronger. So he's actually gotten even better at defense, which has always been a weakness for him. But but obviously he's coming off for 20 ACL. But it'll be fun to see him and Cooper play this year, like along with like an okay supporting cast. I shouldn't say okay; they actually don't have really that good a supporting cast, but like it would have been better if AD was there. But they're gonna I think it'll be interesting to say the least. Like Cooper's gonna play off ball more. That'll be fun to watch. But yeah, I'll say Kyrie, and then
I didn't include Kyrie just because he didn't play last year.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
like you said, totally top 10 when he's healthy.
But also, so I'll say one more honorable mention, and you can say your last one. The one that I have is Darius Garland. Did he make your list?
No, but it's a good honorable mention.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like he played much better for the Clippers than he did with the Cavs last season. So depending on what happens with the Clippers with the Kawhi situation, I think that him and Brandon Ingram could be not a good duo, but a fun duo.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, my last honorable mention, and this is probably I have a different one. Okay. Josh Giddey is not on my top 10 list. I do think he is a severely underrated player now. I think he had a pretty solid year last year. And I think with the Bulls, with Caleb Wilson and another Montas jump this year, I think they'll be okay. I don't think they'll be very good. I think they can be better than they have been, and I think Giddey is a big part of that.
Totally agree. Yeah, he was literally the next guy off my honorable mention. I have Kyrie at 14, and Josh Giddey at 15. So yeah, 13 I Darius Garland. At 12, yeah, I'll give my last two. At 12, I have Trae Young. I know, yeah, like I understand, yeah, like I understand the slander towards him. But his PR took a big hit last year after the Hawks went on a huge run without him. So like I do get it, but however, I do think that Trae Young is in a situation that is ideal for him. Having AD and Alex are two bigs, then just a bunch of guys that are like good, like 3-and-D guys. So hopefully what's his name? AJ is gonna be like a good like off ball player for him. And there definitely is a lot to look forward to for Trae Young, in my opinion. But like I get why people have him lower. The next guy who most people would have them on their top 10 justifiably, but I have him just off mainly because of the playoff dropping. I do have James Harden at number 11. And yeah, it's simple. Like at the end of the day, like he is someone that could carry your team to like a very good offense. Yeah, like I'll defend Donovan Mitchell more than anyone on more than any podcaster out there, but like he didn't necessarily play elite in the playoffs last year, not even towards like the end of last season, and he was just there, and Harden was just there to like kind of like increase the team's floor on offense, which that's what he is. He's a really good floor raiser, and he's a great floor raiser on offense, so that's why he's there. But every season, it's not necessarily just like a bad couple of games. It's usually just like every single time, like he has like multiple times where like he finishes with more turnovers than field goals. Yeah, it's one of those things where like I get why someone would want to have him want to have him higher, but I also get why someone would want to have him even lower than 11, which I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, those are honorable mentions.
I had Harden at 11 too. Sorry, I meant to.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so yeah, so already the first thing that we agree on. But all right, so yeah, now for our top 10. But so, Matt, who do you have at number 10?
Oh, we kind of talked about him already when talking about the Spurs. I have De'Aaron Fox at 10. Usually I think Fox is. Do you have Fox at 10 as well?
I have Fox at 10 as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually would have him a little, higher on this list, meaning closer to the top 5, not in the top 5, but closer to the top 5. Mm-hmm. But the finals, I know it's kind of weak of me to do this. The finals totally left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, he totally lost him a couple games in that. in that finals. And the Spurs were better when they had Castle and Harper on the floor compared to Fox on the floor. I don't know if the data baller numbers will support that, but I'm just saying based on watching the games. However, he's still a very, very good point guard. He's still a top 10 point guard in my mind. I think he's a huge reason for the Spurs' success last year, even though he did have the tough play performance in the finals. I'm a big De'Aaron Fox guy, but yeah, he's number 10 on my list.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually coming prepared to defend my De'Aaron Fox take. Yeah. I guess we don't really talk a ton about him, but however, he absolutely should be on here in my opinion. So I'm just trying to pull this up real quick.
Yeah, like if the Thunder win Game 7 instead of the Spurs, De'Aaron Fox, I have like such a better view of him, and that's not really fair because
honestly,
they won the series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So there are 6 people who averaged as many points and assists as him while shooting as good or better than him. Those players are Shea. So he averaged 18.6 points per game, 6.2 assists, and shots 48.6 from the field. So Shea, Jokic, Jalen Johnson, LeBron, and Şengün are the only guys that did that. LeBron did that in 60 games. Fox played 72 games, by the way. I feel like it's one of those things where he plays like a ton of games. He sucked in the finals. Didn't really even play that great in the playoffs as a whole. And like I think a lot of that might just have to do with the fact that at the end of the day, like he is probably at this point in his career the third best guard in that team. But however, I do think that he's still very, very important to that team because people can prop up Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper as much as they can, which they should because like they had moments where they looked awesome this playoffs. Castle didn't play that great in the finals, but like he still had his moments. But yeah, those two guys would not be as great. So and the Spurs would not be as good without Fox because at the end of the day, is a team led by 3 young guys between Wemby, Castle, and Harper for a full season. Is that going to get you many places? Maybe it will, but I'm in the belief that you need at least like one solid veteran, which people also forget. Fox literally made the All-Star game last year, which I know it was kind of like a Make-A-Wish All-Star game to where like there was a couple of injuries, but like he's an All-Star caliber player, and I get why people have him lower because of how horrible he looks, but I do think that it's completely legitimate to have him as a top 10 point guard, and that's exactly where both of us have him.
Yeah.
All
right. Yeah. My number. How about you give your number 9? Because I'm debating 8-9 still.
Okay. My number 9 is someone that I've criticized a ton on the show. It is LaMelo Ball. My entire take for years from LaMelo Ball is stuffs the stat sheets. He's an okay scorer. A very good rebounder for a point guard. He's 6'6", so like he's gonna be a better rebounder than most point guards. And obviously a good passer. So racks up a lot of assists. But my thing is that he's for years he's incredibly inefficient and puts together very little effort on defense. But this year, and also he's always hurt. However, this past year was his most healthy season by far, and led the Hornets to one of the best, the best offense in the league for like the last like 2/3 of the season, and like 4th overall for the season, and the Hornets' best season in years. Which, granted, they still lost in the last playing game. That would have gone to them to the playoffs, but LaMelo completely turned their season around. And then they end up they end up trading him. Whether you think that was justifiable or not, I personally think it was, because guys usually if they've shown you for years that they're injury prone, they're not just gonna not become injury prone overnight. So I think they made a good move for trading for him. I think they could have gotten more. I don't know how much they could have gotten more, but Naz Reid and like a few picks, a few weak picks, I should say. Like I feels like they should have gotten more, but however. We could talk about the Hornets another day. We'll definitely dive deeper into them for our Over-Unders podcast. But yeah, for now, LaMelo Ball. Like my input on him is as high as it's ever been. I don't know if it'll maybe this is the high, maybe this will be the hardest it ever is. But however, if he keeps on playing like this, I'll definitely move him up on my list for sure.
All right, this might be a little biased to me.
Okay.
Because I am big on who I have on number 8 It's LaMelo Ball, number 8. Number 9, I have Jamal Murray. And this is,
Okay.
I'm not saying Jamal Murray hasn't been the better player, because he has been. Because it's a projections list, I think the
Yeah, that's fair.
Wolves are going to have a better year than the Nuggets this year. And I think LaMelo Ball is going to be a huge, huge part of it. Jamal Murray's also been kind of bad in the playoffs since he's won the ring. He had
He's been very bad. Not even just
24
kind of,
very
yeah.
bad. 25 he was solid but not great. And then last year he was terrible in the one round he played. I'm huge on the Wolves this year. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be great with LaMelo Ball. Maybe that's kind of a stupid, the Wolves have been needing a point guard, and they got a top 10 point guard. So I think they're going to be great this year. But I think they're the biggest threat to either the Spurs or Thunder to come out of the West, the Wolves. And I think the Nuggets are kind of like every year, I feel like they've just been disappointing since they've won the championship. So I'm taking a step back on my Nuggets propaganda. I think they're going to be worse than people think they are. And that's why I have Jamal Murray at 9 and LaMelo Ball at 8.
Yeah, so I also have Jamal Murray at 8 as well. And yeah, you outlined a really good reason for why you should have Jamal. Why some people might have him be a little bit lower. I personally had it was either second or third team All NBA. I'm pretty sure it was third team All NBA eventually. I think when everyone got healthy, I think I had Jamal third team All NBA. But
that's what he made this year.
I'm saying that. Yeah, personally, I had him second team All NBA. Had Cade and Luka not been qualified for the ballots. And that was ahead of Jalen Brunson, by the way. Like, which you can use that as like a knock against me for hating on Brunson, but like no, that was because Murray's advanced numbers look better than Brunson's, and also because in the regular season, Murray looks better than ever. So, which was funny enough because for like the early part of Murray's prime, it was the whole notion against him was okay, yes, he's shown great moments in the playoffs, but however, if we're building a franchise around him, he hasn't shown us that he can be great for months at a time. So that's what makes it kind of difficult to evaluate him. Which sounds silly because I don't like there's not many players in the league to where you say, oh, this player is great in the playoffs, but I'd really like to see him play great in the regular season. Well, kind of flips because last year was the first year he made the All-Star game. It was the best regular season he's played. Jokic missed a stretch of time, and then Murray kind of carried the weight for him. And he played so great to the extent that Jokic's like crazy on-off numbers weren't as like amazing last year, and that was because of Jamal Murray's ability to carry the team. So like that's why I do have him a step higher than LaMelo, just because like he is a slightly more established, like was better in the regular season. And we've seen Murray have good moments in the playoffs, not for the past couple of years. So like, I'm not valuing what he did in 2023 anymore, and especially not in 2020. But I'd be lying if I said that I trusted him completely. Like, I don't know. I don't think he could be a number 2 in a championship team anymore. Like, I think those days are over, especially at a time where the league is stronger than ever. Like, which like I'm not one to criticize Jokic's ring in 2023, but however, that was kind of at a time where like a lot of the top heavy teams just weren't as good as they were. Like, like obviously the Bucks lost in the first round. They were kind of on the decline. The Celtics went 3 down to the Heat, even just in the West alone. Like the Lakers were on the decline. So even if you think that this version of Jamal Murray is better than the 2023 version of Jamal Murray based on like the entire body of work, I still don't think this version of Jamal Murray could win a championship, mainly because of the Thunder and the Spurs are I still think are above and beyond better than everyone else. So Jamal is kind of tough to rank, but I think that 8 9 spot is is like a good spot to have in my opinion, depending on how good you think LaMelo will be.
Yeah, I think that 10 through maybe 10's on a separate tier, but I think LaMelo, Jamal, and Fox are all in their own tier, and I think the next tier is 7 and 6, and I think there's another tier above that, which is 6 through 4, and then or 6 through 5, and then 4 through 1 are their own tier.
Yeah, totally agree. So speaking of the tiers, so yeah, we'll go up a tier higher. I have a good. I shouldn't say I have a good feeling because last time I did that it wasn't true, but like who do you have at number 7?
This might shock people. I think I'm higher on number 6 than you are, but number 7 I have Tyrese Maxey.
Okay, do you have Tyrese Halliburton number 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, we have the same ones then. Yeah. So Maxine, So Maxie,
Yeah.
Halliburton.
So
Yeah.
I really wanted to put Halliburton at 5, but I couldn't do that. But so I have Maxey slightly behind Halliburton simply because he's going to have the ball less this year. A lot of mouths to feed in Philadelphia, and I'm going to have to see him take a jump playmaking in his playmaking abilities to have him higher than Halliburton. I do think Maxey is an awesome player. He did struggle against the Knicks last year, which obviously is a tough matchup. They have long wing defenders that are very elite on the perimeter.
Yes.
But that is going to be the issue with the Sixers that they run into. Besides health, it's who's going to take the responsibility of playmaking if it's not LeBron. So that's the reason I have Maxey at 7, and Halliburton, even though his inconsistencies and his ability, we don't know how he's going to look coming off his Achilles tear. I think when Halliburton is running and gunning, he's one of the better guards in the league. I think he could be at his like playing at his best during some stretches during the season. He is a top 3 guard in the league. That is my hot take. Point guard in the league. But I'm a huge. Say it again, Chris.
No. Okay. No big deal. But so yeah, we do the same 7 and 6. So yeah, Maxey's interesting because like beginning of last season, he was literally in MVP conversations. Like that's how great he was. I should say, but when I say beginning, I literally mean the first 2 weeks of the season where he was like averaging like over 30 points a game on elite efficiency. Yeah, he's gonna be super. He's gonna be asked to do a lot of things a lot differently this year though. Like he did eventually make 13 All NBA. I said this with Murray. I know personally speaking, most people didn't have this way, but like I know that's when Luka and Cade were skeptical of like not making the All NBA team. I had Maxey first team All NBA because of how elite he was in the beginning of the season. I know that most people probably had Shea and either Brunson or Mitchell in that first team spot, but like I personally had Maxey because of how great his numbers looked. He was doing with all like a lot. Like obviously Embiid wasn't looking as bad as he did the year before, but he was, but like injury wise, but he still didn't play a ton of games. Paul George suspended for 25 games, so he really was carrying a lot of the weights and was able to lead them to the playoffs, and then unfortunately knock off our Celtics. But like a lot of that was because of how great he played. Obviously, a lot of it just had to do with the Celtics shortcomings. I would say most of it had to do with the Celtics shortcomings, but still, in order for a bad team to lose, in order for like a good team to lose, like a bad way, like the other team needs to capitalize, and that's exactly what Tyrese Maxey did. But yeah, we agree on everything about Halliburton versus Maxey. Which quick pause, by the way. Yeah, congratulations to Halliburton for getting married last week. I thought that was very interesting how both Halliburton and Donovan Mitchell had the wedding on the same day. I don't know if you saw that, but like they had the wedding on the same day, and then like it caused for interesting discussions around players invited because so Jaylen Brown was at Mitchell's, and then Tatum wasn't there, which I thought that I was under the impression that Tatum and Mitchell were friends, but maybe he was at Halliburton's because of I guess they became friendly through the Olympics and through the Achilles injury, but who knows. But yeah, anyway, so
I will say, Chris, too, I think it's shout out Drew Fitzpatrick again. Very sad that he's not on this app because he would definitely be screaming at us for having Halliburton over Maxey.
Oh, would he? So but yeah, Halliburton's tough. He's very even when he's not coming up for 20 Achilles, I still find him very tough to rank because he's an amazing offensive both ceiling and floor raiser. Never really stuffs the stat sheet ever. I shouldn't say ever because he did put together literally one of the best playoff games against the Knicks where he had like 32 points on elite efficiency with literally 0 turnovers. So obviously he's an elite player and who can put up great stats, but like really it's the impact that does it more than anything. He didn't win similar to Tatum. He didn't win Eastern Conference Finals MVP that went to Siakam. I personally would have went with Halliburton despite him having a couple of brutal games. Which like that's the thing is like he does have pretty low lows. Like I think there was like one game that he had 4 points in the playoffs in 2025. So I don't know what to expect from Halliburton.
Make a field goal in one of the finals games.
I don't remember.
Like 7 points or something like that.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah. So
game 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What was that?
I think that was game 4.
It was game 4. Okay. See, yeah, you can look that up. But but yeah, like as a whole, it'll be interesting to see what they do this year. Obviously, doesn't have that stretch big anymore. Okay, he doesn't have that stretch big anymore in Miles Turner. Yeah, they did buy in more on defense with Zubac, which obviously I totally agree with that concept. I would I'll take Ivica Zubac over Miles Turner 100 times out of 100. If there's any player that I've gotten lower on in the past year than Miles Turner, I don't know who it is. Yeah, like Miles Turner is obviously a really good stretch big who can hit some threes, but however, to go out and like criticize Tyrese Halliburton as a fake tough guy, I don't think anyone has ever called Halliburton tough any type of tough guy ever. Like, what do you mean it's a fake tough guy? He's like the most like wholesome guy ever. So I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah, Halliburton in game. Sorry, what game is this? I think it's game 6.
Oh, it's game 6. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, game 6. Sorry, game 5. He went 0 of 6 from the field, 4-4 from the line, 7 boards, 6 assists.
Okay. Oh, it was the finals? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was against the Cavs for some reason. But yeah, it was the finals. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like Halliburton has an astronomically high ceiling, and both stat wise and impact wise, and but like impact wise, I still think that he has a very high floor. Depending, like obviously, if you're going to score 4 points with 0 field goals, that is a pretty low floor. But I'm talking about in the grand scheme of things overall. Yeah, I still think that Halliburton is as good as most of these guys on the list. But yeah, so now we're at the part of the list where I think, yeah, like you mentioned, I think we do go up a tier. I'd say that we can kind of like address both of these. So I'm assuming that both of us have Cade and Steph at 4 and 5. But where do you have? Who did you? Oh, you don't. No. Okay. Who do you have at 5?
I have Luka at 5.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. We have 2 completely different philosophies then. Okay. Yeah. Go. Okay. I have Luka at 2. So
Whoa.
Like, which like I'll let the gee, literally if you're watching right now. Hey, I forgot to post the link earlier, but anyway, so yeah, like yeah, we can post a clip. We can post this clip later. We can argue at it, but like so what's your mindset behind having Luka at number 5?
All right, so what you said, Chris, your criteria is helping teams win, and I think for this upcoming season and for previous seasons, I think the guy I have at 4, more so previous seasons, has helped his team win a lot. And I think health has a big part of it. And there's 2 sides of the ball, Christopher. Luka Doncic is one of the worst defenders in NBA history. He doesn't stay healthy.
No elite defenders, Jalen Brunson and Steph Curry, by the way, but okay, go ahead.
But way better than Luka.
I don't know about that. But
yes,
okay.
They are. They're way
Brunson?
better than Luka.
Curry, yes. Brunson?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They're both astronomically bad, but go ahead.
Luka is on a different tier of bad defending.
I don't think so. Okay.
I think his play style is disgusting. I think it gets on teammates' nerves. I think he is a losing player. People always talk about, eventually he's going to win a ring. How many MVPs is he going to win? Maybe he'll win an MVP or 2. I don't know. I do not think he'll ever win a ring. And I think everybody above him on this list has won a ring or will win a ring. But yeah, I have Luka at 5. Defense and health are and play style.
Okay.
I think it's a losing play style.
That's understandable. But however, I don't know how I don't know how much of Luka's play style is losing. Like, yes, he does have the ball in his hands a lot, but I don't know how much of that has to do with the fact that he's been on teams in the past that haven't really had other elite offensive creation. We did see it with Reeves last year, and I'm not sure how the numbers looked with Luka. Actually, yes, the numbers with Luka and Reeves were better with the 2 of them on the floor, but LeBron off the floor, if I'm not mistaken. So, but really, with Luka, at the end of the day, the thing is, I know that we didn't mention accolades once in our criteria because they don't matter a ton, but he does have 6 All NBA first teams, and like at the end of the day, that matters. Like, he's someone that's like in my opinion, outside of Jokic and Shea, I think he's the 3rd best offensive player in the league between like his playmaking and his elite scoring, and not really good free throw shooter. So so his efficiency isn't as good as it could be. But at the end of the day, if you're building an offense around Luka, he's around like any player, he's gonna lead you to like a very good offense. Defense might be a little tough, but like that's with a lot of guards. Like the guy who we both are probably gonna have at 1. is like an exception to that. But however, he also has an elite defense around him. Like if you put Luka, like again, like I don't mean to like this isn't an argument for him over Luka over Shea. Like not saying that by any stretch of the means, but like if you do put that elite defensive schemes around him, they'd be a worse defense, but like they'd still be top of the league probably just because like he doesn't have the responsibility. I think that Luka is a much better offensive player than Brunson. I think he's a much better offensive player than Cade. Steph, I take it back. I do think Steph's better on offense than Luka when he's on the courts. You used health as a reason.
I wouldn't. Offensive player. I mean, what do you consider? Obviously, Luka's stats are better than everybody on this list. Counting stats wise. But end of game situation, you're in the playoffs. Who do you want the ball? Who hands do you want the ball on? Do you want it in SGA's hands? Do you want it on Brunson's hands over Luka? I would.
Brunson, I'm not sure about, but
I would.
Okay, here's the thing. So you're looking at the last round of the play as the last couple minutes of the game. You need to look at like the full 48 minutes for the full playoff series, for the full playoffs, for the full 82 game season. Luka is going to get my team more wins alone than Jalen Brunson.
Did he last year?
No, because he had a worse team.
So that's he's if man is what we're saying.
No, it's not if man.
You just said. So
who is easier to build around? Luka is easier to build around than Jalen Brunson.
That's very, very not true.
No, it is not. They're both very bad defenders, and they're both like two of the best scorers in the league. Luka is a better scorer than Brunson, and he's also a better playmaker.
Jalen Brunson is significantly easier to build around because the Knicks just did that.
That's because they traded for. Hang on a second. Okay, I pause. Okay, they traded for two of the best wing defenders in the league. They found a way to they traded their all-star power forward for the best shooting center in the league, who turned into a two-way force, by the way, like overnight. People are forgetting about that. If only Derek Lively or Daniel Gaffer could have done that for him, maybe they would have had a shot against the Celtics. But there was if you're telling me that,
so Chris, what you're saying is that as soon as players get on the Knicks, they start playing better.
You're telling me that Jalen Brunson helped out with his defense? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that Jalen Brunson helped out with his defense? I want you to tell me that right now. Jalen Brunson helped out with his defense.
I'm saying there's not a. I'm not saying that. But I am saying Jalen Brunson clearly on every single level of basketball has made his teammates better. He won in high school. He won in college. He won in the NBA.
Oh my God.
Luka did not win in college. Luka did not win the NBA. But
he won the MVP overseas, though. Did Brunson do that?
MVP. Nice individual accolade. My list, it's about winning, Chris. The most important thing.
Okay.
I think it's easier to build around Jalen Brunson. He showed because the Knicks did it.
The Knicks did it.
Luka's fat ass isn't taking a pay
because
cut.
Leon Rose is a better executive than Nico Harrison, obviously, and Rob Pelinka.
Obviously, the Knicks team is way better than the 2024 Mavs team. 2024 Mavs team was a very well constructed roster,
underrated roster. I agree with you there. I agree with you. Yeah.
And the reason the Mavs lost that finals, obviously, I think Celtics beat them, even if Luka isn't the worst defender of all time in that series. But it was because of Luka's defense. It was
definitely a big part of the reason. 100%. I'll give you that.
And because they were able to take away Luka's playmaking, the lob ability with Tatum at the 5.
That's right. Yeah. Like the Celtics were able to do a lot because, like, obviously, Jason Tatum is wonderful. He's handsome and he's all those things. We know that. However, Brunson was able to match up with the Celtics team, who their starting center was battling with the bubonic plague. By the way, injured Porzingis is better than sick Porzingis. We can agree on that. Drew Holiday was able to hit every single shot in 2024. Cannot hit a single shot in 2025, and then. Tatum, obviously the Knicks were going to be up 3-1, but Tatum did tear his Achilles and clearly not 100% healthy. Really the only guys that showed up were. I'm
not comparing the 2025 Celtics to the 2024 Celtics. 2024 Celtics definitely way better team.
Yeah.
I'm comparing Brunson to Luka. I would much rather have, if you're building a team today, you would rather have Luka Doncic than Jalen Brunson on your team.
Yes.
I disagree. I think Jalen Brunson's intangibles are way better. I think he's a way better leader.
That's fine. That's a good argument. If you want to use off-court stuff,
he's
I
clutcher.
understand.
He's way more clutch.
I mean, Luka's very clutch too. Like, yeah, like Brunson,
Yes.
Brunson and Shea are probably the two most clutch players in the league. I think Luka is very close behind them.
Yes, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
But I think the intangibles, I think Jalen Brunson is just a flat out winner. He's won at every single level. And I mean, he's lower on my list. I mean, higher on my list because we're only at 5 right now.
Okay.
But
yes.
I think Luka's play style, it's a losing basketball. It's a losing player.
All right. So, okay. So I guess we could do this for literally every other guard. I don't know if we should, but yeah, I guess I'm higher on Luka because he's the offensive engine, and also like it also is just because like so how about this? So how about you give? Yeah, we disagree. So my 5 is Steph. Where do you have Steph? How about that?
4.
Okay, so I'm lower on Steph because of A, his availability, and B, because he played fine in the playoffs in 20. I don't even know, like in 2025, like they won the first round, but then he got injured. So if we're talking like a single game, I might take Steph over literally every single one of these guys, including Shea, but not including Shea. But actually, maybe actually I don't even know.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, he's old. He's old and he's been injured the past 2 years. So so like that's why.
Yeah, and his team this year is not going to contend. I know that shouldn't be used against rankings, but the only reason that he's not 2 on this list is because of his health. And like you said, Chris, going into the playoffs, it's kind of like LeBron. In a way, it's like he's like, if the Warriors play Thunder, obviously Thunder are going to sweep the Warriors, but it's like, oh, Shea's the best player in that series. Like, yes, but Steph could play better than Shea in that series.
Yes, exactly. All right, so I'm assuming that you have Cade at 3 then. So I have Cade at 4. So is your argument for Luke? So for Cade over Luka is it defense?
Yeah, defense, and I don't know. I think the Lakers are going to be pretty bad this year. I think Luka's going to put up his stats, and they're going to be a first-round exit again this year.
So you're saying that about the Lakers? I don't think the Pistons are going to be as good as people think they are this year because like they're the first seed in a tanking league this year. By the way, the thing with Cade, like if you want to say the defensive impact is bigger than the offensive impact, I don't think that's the case because for the guard position, like if this was big man, like I'd be able to get on board more with it. But like I think there's only so much a guard could impact his team positively. So obviously Cade impacts the defense more than Luka does, like in a positive light. And like I'm not saying otherwise, but I am saying that Luka impacts his team offensively more than Cade does because obviously Cade did have to carry a big load last year. I don't know where the Pistons ranked offensively. I'd have to check that real quick. But however, if we're talking about like the methods of basketball, Luka's a better scorer. He's a better passer. He's less turnover prone. So yeah, both of them are injury prone too. So yeah, I just believe in Luka a lot more, and I don't think that's honestly a discussion.
Yeah, I mean, I trust Cade's durability.
But by the way, I hate you for making me defend Luka for the past 10 minutes. By the way, so yeah, but
I trust Cade's durability more than Luka, and I think it's a stupid like tough to like quantify this argument because it's kind of the same argument that I had with Jalen Brunson, but just like the leadership ability of Cade, I think is just off the charts.
Yeah,
way better than Luka. I think Luka is just kind of a shitty leader. I think he's always throwing his hands up at his teammates. He's always complaining. Mm-hmm. He's always bitching at the refs, and that really does have a negative effect on my rankings. So yeah, I think
okay.
You think the Pistons are going to be worse this year? I think that's a fair take, but I think Cade takes another playmaking jump. I think he kind of handles the turnovers. It does stink that who do the Pistons get in this offseason?
John Collins.
Yeah, like I still think they need a true number 2 on that team to really take the load off of him with the turnovers.
And who knows what's going to happen this year with the Darren thing? Like I'm assuming that they're going to eventually. I think eventually he's going to just do the qualifying offer and then just see, and then just like kind of hope for a payday next offseason. But I think that's a lot to gamble on because yeah, he believes in himself. That's what matters the most. But I don't know exactly what their mindset is, but or where his mindset's at. But who knows? But yeah, you are Brunson at 2, I have Brunson at 3. Yeah, we already did the whole Luka versus Brunson thing, but yeah, like everything I said, like despite me arguing Luka versus Brunson for the past for like a few minutes there. Yeah, Brunson proved me wrong, and like I don't want anyone to think anything of it. Like this is like look at trashing Brunson again. No, this isn't me trashing Brunson. It's me saying that there's like a whole level of offensive impact that SGA and Luka bring that Brunson doesn't, in my opinion. And obviously, he won the finals. Obviously, he's proven to be that guy. But again, this is projection, and like if you want to say last year, like Brunson was better, it was better because of the playoffs, and everything. That's fine. Luka did make first team All NBA though, and yeah, I already gave my case, but like yeah, the gap is closer than what it used to be. I'll tell you that, and yeah, I'll do that. And you'll see how close it is when I release my top 100 eventually. I mean, the Deuce Tatum fan club will see that first, but yeah, the people watching this podcast will also see it eventually.
But, yeah, I just think I think Jalen had way better year last year, obviously, with the Finals MVP, winning the Finals, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, almost a complete season.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think he had a way better year last year, and I think he's gonna have another better year this year. I think Knicks are the favorites to come out of the East.
Mm-hmm.
And he's obviously the main reason for that.
That's for sure. It definitely is the main reason for that. Even though Leon Rose has done a great job building the team around him. But yeah, obviously you need a foundation piece to do that. And
so has Brunson taken pay cuts? You know who wouldn't do that? Luka.
And the rest of the league. But okay. But yeah. So and yeah, we don't need to really talk a ton about Shea at number one. Yeah, both of us were very high on him in our both of us have him as a top 10 point guard ever because of this unreal peak. I had him at, I think would you have him at 5? Did you have him at ahead of Chris Paul or below? I think you had him. I'm trying to think what you had.
I had him at
you had him at 6. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, I had him at 7. So yeah, both of us
very Oscar high. At 5. And
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
I might flip that. I'm gonna go back and forth with who's 5 and 6. I have to
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, like if Shea has like another couple of MVP-esque seasons, he doesn't necessarily have to win more MVPs, but if he has like 4 or 5 All NBA first team caliber seasons, it'll be very tough for us to justify having him like lower than like Chris Paul or Isaiah Thomas, in my opinion. So yeah, like he's like I think he's that level of great, and I think he'll be. I don't think he'll be like that for a while. All right, give me 1 second right here, Matt. But yeah, so that's our top 10 list. Yeah, I'll definitely be releasing that soon. Yeah, it's been a while since I've made a graphic for those, so I'm very excited to do that. But let me just pull this up right here. I've been trying to do this stat for a while, but can't really find it anywhere else. But so yeah, now we're in the trivia part of the question. So I'll be asking Matt 2 questions. Both of them are very, very unlike each other. So I hope let's just say this is going to widen our audience for sure. And I'm very, very excited for that. I'm not gonna have Matt guess anything, but yeah, so here is what we're gonna do now. So I am going to ask him a question which I couldn't find the answer to until now. But it is going to be what we were talking about earlier. So yeah, now we're in the trivia portion. So Matt, I want you to tell me who are the top 10 players in points per game on Christmas Day with the minimum 5 games played.
All right. So let's see who had big Christmases. Is Kyrie Irving on this list?
Kyrie Irving is not on the list.
Okay.
I don't know if he has 5 games or not, but yes, okay. That was an awesome game though in 2018.
LeBron James.
LeBron James is number 8 on the list.
Okay. Steph Curry.
Steph Curry is not on the list.
Ooh. Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant is number 5 on the list.
Okay. Is Kobe Bryant on this list?
Kobe Bryant is number 9 on the list.
I'm trying to think of teams that always play on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
When did the Christmas Day game start?
That's a long time ago. I'll say that.
Okay. So there's older guys on this list.
Yes, there is one really old guy and like a couple of sorry, there's two really old guys. More than two, never mind. Yeah, you know,
Okay.
just it's just rattle them off if you need.
Cool. Is Wilt Chamberlain on this list?
Will Chamberlain is number 3 on the list.
Okay. Is Michael Jordan on this list?
MJ's not on the list. I don't know why. Which surprises me. Like I don't know why exactly. Yeah. Like did he really not play more than 5 games, or did he not score, or did he just not like Christmas or something? I don't know.
All right. Is Larry Bird on this list?
Larry Bird's not on the list.
Is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on this list?
Kareem is number 7 on the list.
Okay. Is Jerry West on this list?
Jerry West is number 1 on the list.
Okay. Let's see. So I need 2,
4, 6, and 10.
Okay. Shaquille O'Neal?
Shaq is not on the list.
Okay. Carmelo Anthony? I know the Knicks play every year.
Melo is number 4.
Cool. Let's see. Is Patrick Ewing on this list?
Ewing is not on the list.
Okay. I didn't know because I know the Knicks play every year.
Yeah.
Is John Havlicek on this list?
Hondo's not on the list. Let's see. So you got one more old head. One more really old head, like another generic old head, and one not current but modern player.
Okay. Dwayne Wade?
Dwayne Wade is that modern player, number 10.
Nice. All right, so I need the old head.
Needs the very old head and the kind of old head.
Okay. Is it like George Mikan, or is that too old?
No, not that old.
Okay. I said Bill Russell, or no? I'm assuming it's not.
No,
him.
not Russell.
Yeah. Elgin Baylor?
Not Elgin Baylor.
I think you're muted, Chris. Sorry.
Not Elgin Baylor, but you are getting there. You already mentioned. Yeah, so you mentioned Jerry West and Elgin Baylor. Yeah, you can list off. Why don't you list off a couple other players?
Another Laker teammate.
Not like your teammates. It's just like another big stat stuffer.
Okay, so I said Wilt, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Oscar Robinson.
Oscar Robinson's number 2.
Okay. And then what else do I need? What number?
Number 6. He's younger than these guys, but older than much older than much prior to our
George Gervin.
Not George Gervin.
Hakeem?
This guy battled with Larry Bird for a couple of seasons. A lot of people.
Moses Malone.
Not Moses.
Dr. J.
Same position, but no.
Same position.
It was like the earlier days. I shouldn't say no. Dominique is not. Yes, it's Dominique. Yeah. Not the earlier days, but it was actually in the later days, but with earlier.
Good question.
First couple rounds. Thank you. So now.
I didn't realize Christmas Day games have been going on for that long. I would have guessed older players earlier.
Hang on. So let me check Jordan's Christmas Day games, because that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So Michael Jordan Christmas stats. So in 6 career games, he's finishing impressive 5-1 average, 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. What was Dwayne Wade's? He averaged. Okay, yeah, this was stupid because apparently Dwayne Wade only averaged 25, but I don't. I don't know. But so we got another question now. And like I said, it is a very different question. Matt, I want you to tell me the top 10 domestic grossing movies of the 21st century, inflation adjusted.
So inflation adjusted.
21st century.
Top grossing 21st century movies. So since 2000?
Yes.
Okay. Avengers Endgame.
Endgame is number 3.
Avengers Infinity War.
Infinity War is number 8.
Okay. Spider-Man.
Which one?
Tobey Maguire, first one, if it's inflation adjusted.
No, it's not here.
All right. Brand New Day, the new one.
Not yet. I think it was like one of the first ones off though.
Okay. I'll do No Way Home.
No Way Home's number 4.
Okay. Is that it for the Spider-Mans, or is there more Spider-Mans?
That is it for the Spider-Mans.
Okay. So I have 3 so far, right?
You have 3 so far, yes.
All right. The Avatar
Avatar is number 2.
Yes. Okay. Trying to think of big blockbusters. Are any of the Dunes on here?
No.
Okay.
No. I would say
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight is number 9.
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight not on the list.
Okay. Dark Knight's number 9. Superman.
Not on the list.
Okay. And none of the Supermans are.
No, Superman's on this list.
Okay. I'm trying to think of big superhero movies. Let's see. When did is Interstellar on this list?
Interstellar's on the list.
Okay. Are any of the Minions or Despicable Me on this list?
No, I wish.
Because they make a shit ton of money.
They do make a shit ton of money.
Trying to think of like crazy kids movies. I know Zootopia 2 is like the highest grossing movie in Japanese history.
Yes. Yeah, like they were on the they are on like the overall list, but not inflation
but
adjusted.
not domestic.
Not domestic, and not. I'm assuming it was based by inflation adjusted, so they weren't on here.
So what numbers do I need?
You need number 1, 5, 6, 7, 10.
I need number 1.
Yeah.
It's not Infinity War or Endgame.
No. Let me check real quick. What you think it was 2015? Yeah, 2015.
Highest grossing movie 2015.
So it's not one of the superhero movies, but like that we've been talking about, but like it's like
when did Frozen come out?
Not Frozen.
Number 1.
That was earlier. Maybe trying to think of like the angle to go here. For you. So yeah, it's not superhero, but like I want you to go along the track of like what other nerds like.
Oh, I don't want to sound stupid here, but is that the Lord of the Rings? One of the last ones. When did that come out?
Not Lord of the Rings. It's more famous than Lord of the Rings.
Star Wars.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's like episode like 9 or whatever. I don't know what it's called.
Force Awakens is number
Yeah.
Let's see. You got one more of the superhero movies that you were talking about earlier, and then a couple.
Is
more.
Iron Man?
Not Iron Man.
Captain America?
Nope. Broader.
Oh, Avengers. Just Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers number 5. Yeah. So you got 3 more. All of these I think are rated PG, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wait, that might not be true.
Okay.
But yeah, one of these. Dad loves the older version of this. I can tell you that.
Jaws didn't come out in 2000.
Not Jaws. No.
Dad loves the older version of this. Oh, Creed.
Not Creed. So how about this? All these are okay. So all these are very much fictional, I should say. One of them is you know what, like I'll keep on giving you bad hints, but all of them are very, very fictional, I should say. Like none of them are realistic in the slightest.
Okay.
I haven't seen one of them though. One of them I've not seen, and I'd be shocked if you. Like, I shouldn't say shocked. Like I don't think you saw the other one, but I could be wrong. For the one that I haven't seen, I'll say that one of the actors died shortly after it came out.
Oh, Black Panther.
Yes, number 7.
Okay.
So I'm gonna save the last one to get. I'm gonna save like the hint for the last one for last. But yes.
So I have 2 left.
Yes, you have 2 left. Yeah, so stick to the one. Think about old movies that Dad likes. I don't even know if that's one of his favorites, but like think about movies that have been remade. Very fictional. Yeah, very fictional. It's a movie. So the first movie is about a park, a certain park.
Oh, Jurassic World.
Jurassic World is number 6.
Okay, I should have gotten that. Those movies make a ton of money.
That's okay. Yeah. So, all right, the last one. The only hint I'm going to give you is me.
Do you?
Me.
It's not Despicable Me, obviously.
No.
But you mean like you individually?
Yes.
Oh, Shrek.
Which one?
Shrek 2?
Shrek 2 is number 10.
That's great.
Isn't it crazy? Like I pulled up on AI multiple times. I'm like, this can't be true. And like all of them said Shrek 2. I'm like, holy shit. So yeah, like some of these are a little out of order. I think, but like
Do you have like any honorable mentions?
Let me check.
I want to see like where like Cars is on this or Incredibles.
Okay, let's see.
Look at the 4.
Let's see. So yeah, so I first stepped in top 10, so now I just stepped in top 30. So let's see if anything's gonna come up right now. Okay, it's not working, but let me do this instead.
Chris, I have a question for you if you want to do that.
Yeah, sure we can. But so there's a couple of them that seem to be honorable mention. So let's see it. Oh, Top Gun Maverick seemed to be, looks to be pretty high. Last Jedi is up there pretty much. Incredibles 2, Lion King. Yeah. So yeah. All right, you got one question for me. Yeah. When we squeeze this one out. Yeah.
Okay. Should I give you the easy one then, or should I give you a harder one?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Why don't you give me a harder one?
All right. This is based on a tweet that I saw per Stat Defender.
Oh, okay.
This is the top 10 players with the most games in NBA history with at least 80% true shooting with a minimum of 10 field goals attempted.
Holy shit. Okay. 80% true shooting. I'm trying to think of the angle to go here. I'm wondering if guys like DeAndre Jordan or Rudy Gobert are going to be on here.
No.
Okay, so not guys like that. Okay, so Nikola Jokic.
Nikola Jokic is number 6.
Okay. Steve Nash.
Steve Nash is number 7.
Kyrie Irving.
No, Kyrie Irving is not on this list.
Okay. How about LeBron?
No, actually.
Not LeBron. Okay. I'm trying to think. Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk is tied for 7 with Steve Nash.
Okay. How about Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant is number 2 on this list.
Okay. Steph Curry, I'm assuming.
Number 1.
Okay.
With 23 more than Kevin Durant at number 2.
Oh wow. Okay. So
123 is how much Steph has. 100.
Holy shit. Okay. Right, so Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Dirk, Nash. Are those the only 4 that I got so far?
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jokic, Nash.
Jokic. Okay. Yeah. The other one. Joel Embiid on this list?
No.
Giannis?
No.
Okay. Let's think. Shea?
No.
So this is all time.
All time.
Not Jordan, right?
No, not Jordan, which was shocking.
Okay. Let's see. Bird. Okay, so yeah, like they weren't really fishing back then.
I could give you hints if you need.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know. Dame?
No.
Oh, James Harden.
James Harden's number 4 on this list.
Yeah. Okay.
So you need 3, 5, 9, and 10.
Need 3. Okay. Luka? No, he not his efficient numbers. Not DeMar DeRozan, right?
No.
No.
He's on all these lists though.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, I guess not the efficient ones though. Like the crazy efficiency ones, I guess. Not Jason Tatum, right? No way.
Nope.
Yeah. How about this? What's the lowest number to get to?
The lowest number of games with 80%?
Yeah.
Number 10 has 64 games. Number 9 has 65.
Oh wow. Okay.
Number 5 has 83.
With true shooting high. Yeah. Why don't you start? Yeah. Why don't you start throwing the hints at me?
All right. One of these players is still playing today.
Okay.
One of these players played. You want me to tell you like the 3?
Sure. Yeah.
So one of these players is known for 2000s, 2010s.
Okay.
And the number 10 is known for 80s and early 90s.
80s, early 90s. Okay. Is the current day player? Is that? Oh, let's see. I'm trying to think of who that would be.
He's definitely not in his prime anymore.
Definitely not in his prime. Okay. He already retired, but it's not Chris Paul, right?
It's not Chris Paul, no.
Okay. So he's definitely not in his prime anymore. I'll go back to that one later. But the '80s guy, Magic,
Surprising me.
Magic, Alex English, Adrian Dantley. No,
'80s guy really surprised me here.
It surprised you. Okay.
I wouldn't say he's known for.
Kevin McHale.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's known for scoring.
Okay.
Which not saying he's a very good scorer. I mean, he's
not known for that.
The guy in the '80s, he's an all-time great, but I would say he's known more for
So it's not Kareem.
Of the game.
Is it? It's not. No. Okay. Jesus Christ.
All right, for two of these guys, not the guy in the '80s. Think of shooters.
Shooters. Okay.
Oh, you need 3, 5, 9, and 10.
Right. Yeah. So
3 is 90s as well.
Oh, Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson is number 9.
Okay.
So 2 guys are shooters.
Reggie Miller
is number 3 with 94.
Okay. Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah. He has like I think he has like multiple seasons where he had like +8 true shooting, or relative true shooting. So I got 2 more. Is that one? Am I still leaning on the '80s or?
Yeah. So 10 is '80s and '90s, and then 5 is 2000s, 2010s. He did play a little in the '90s, I believe.
Okay. It's not Scottie Pippen, is it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Dr. J? No. Okay. He was the '70s, '80s, bud. James Worthy? Dominique. So you got so it's '80s and '90s. What was the other one? Keep on jumping around.
Early 2000s. Early 2000s. A little bit of '90s, but I would say he's more known for the later half of his career, which is 2000s, late 2000s, 2010s.
Okay. Ray Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I should have leaned on the shooting earlier, like you did with Dirk and Nash.
I wouldn't lean on the shooting for this guy.
Okay. Let's see. So big man, I guess, is he? Let's see who the big man of the Robert Parrish, Kareem, as I already mentioned, Kareem and McHale, Patrick Ewing, Keem. No, okay, Jesus Christ. I'm not
You've named teammates of this guy.
I've named teammates of this guy. Jeez. Bill Walton.
No, good guess though.
Fuck. I feel like I might have to tap out in a little bit unless you give me another more specific hints. But
he played from 1985 to 2000.
Okay.
I think one of the more underrated players of all time. He has won an MVP.
Is it Karl Malone?
No.
No. Okay. He's won an MVP. Okay. That might be a good one. Barkley. Damn it. Yes. Absolutely. Okay.
Which I said he's not known for scoring, so maybe I deterred you a little bit.
That's okay.
He's like known for rebounding, I would say.
He's known for rebounding, but like he also
crazy scoring numbers too.
Yeah, 26 and 11 for a decade. So
yeah.
So okay, yeah. No, I probably should have gotten those, but that's okay. So
tough,
all right.
Tough question though.
It is a tough question for sure. All right. Yeah, but for the one that I gave you, I kind of wish that I thought of that one early because I would have found like a more reliable website to do that. But that's because like I wanted to make it specific to where like because like it's fine to like find like an actual site that makes it inflation adjusted. But yeah, so no, funny enough though because I was going to do all time because I know that you're good with the old head movies, but like I saw like Gone with the Wind was number 1. Papa would love that, but then I saw like a couple other ones that I just never heard of before. I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna throw this one at him. But
yeah, 21st century definitely, if it's inflated adjusted, definitely the right call.
Yes, absolutely. So all right, great show again. We went over like we did last week, but luckily it's not a big deal this time around because we didn't start as late. But yeah, as I mentioned, I'll be my beautiful girlfriend and I will be in Bermuda on a cruise this week. So we'll be back sometime early next week, but I still don't know if we're gonna be able to record next week because like I got a couple other things going on. But yeah, so Matt, always appreciate you coming on. And yeah, we got a couple more weeks of the summer, but like it's still like a few more months of the couple more months of the off season. So yeah, we'll still be here pretty much every week. But yeah, this has been another episode of the All American Hoops podcast. Be sure to follow me on all social media platforms at All American Hooper. Been going live on TikTok a lot more lately and with my Instagram. Be sure to check out my polls that I've been posting daily at American Hooper for Twitter. I'm on that every single day. Be sure today was also the first day that Fluent and Shield came back with their podcast. So they started theirs tonight. Fluent versus Shield versus everyone will be back within the next 2-3 weeks probably. And then be sure to check out my column, sportsfluent.com. I'll be coming out with my 10 pieces at a time, my top 10 players. Sorry, not top 10, top 100 players for the upcoming season. So I'm very psyched to release all those and psyched for the next few weeks. But yeah, like I'm gonna put the laptop away, take the week off from any type of content stuff. So, but yeah, this has been another episode of the American Hoops podcast. Until next time, keep grinding and stay hooping. Have a great night, everybody.